any to me. It is Space Camp, of course, and I have with me joining us for Sunday mornings Jackie Carpenter, who is the CEO and founder of One Giant Leap Australia. Jackie, hello, good morning, welcome.
Good morning. How are you today?
I am so good, and I am all the better for speaking to you because you get to tell me what happens at Space Camp. What happens at Space Camp?
Well, first of all, we should talk about just quickly what's happened in space this week, because we had Eric Phillips, who's from Tasmania, an ex-high school teacher. He went around the Earth for 4 days on a polar orbit, and he landed back this week. So we talked to him before he left and we talked to him in December. We're going to chat with him again when he gets back. So I can't wait to talk to him about how he was growing mushrooms in space while he was up there.
Oh, yes, that's amazing.
And I also posted up yesterday, which was very funny, a 3-year, and you know how on Facebook you get that anniversary stuff of this was happened 3 years ago, whatever.
Yeah, the memories.
Well, so the funny thing for me was I had got a picture with Sunita Williams, who was up on the Boeing Starliner up on the space station.
Yes.
So I met up and talked to her 3 years ago. So that came up on my Facebook feed. So I remember the whole time that we had a chat just on the side of the road in Colorado, and I was texting another friend of mine who was a former NASA astronaut, going, "Look who I bumped into," and he goes, "Oh, say hi to her for me." So it's just really funny how your life can change so dramatically with opportunities and things that happen for you, you know. So, yeah, it's very funny.
Incredible.
And
now,
I'm talking to you today. So,
absolutely. Now, for anyone listening who's not familiar, Sunny Williams was one of the astronauts who went up for an 8-day space mission and ended up being stuck up there for almost nine months.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't think it was stuck. It was more like, woohoo, longer holiday, you know. Like, that's how I see it. If someone says to me, I'm going to go to somewhere for 8 days and I go there for X number of more months, and it's something that I'm trained in that I really love, I don't see that as a really bad thing at all, actually. I think it'd be like winning the lotto.
Absolutely. And she did set another record for the longest spacewalk while she was up there, so that was fun. Yeah. But, Jackie, you have to tell me what happens at Space Camp.
Oh, well, our aerospace camp, we run a 4-day, 3-night aerospace camp, and we actually have run them all over New South Wales. We Broken Hill, Canamble, Foster, Goulburn, Lightning Ridge, Cooma, Moree, West Wyalong, a whole pile of different places. And we also take people to the USA Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama. So it depends on what camp we're talking about. But our one's great because the kids all get to talk to an astronaut about, what's it like to go to the toilet in space, all those questions that they really, those really mind-bending things that happen to you at 3 o'clock in the morning. And what's funny is one of the kids asked our astronaut friend, Greg Chamatoff, have you cried in space?
Oh.
You know, and he said, yeah, I did when I went on my first spacewalk. And he said, and the hard thing was I had to stop crying because the tears don't do what they do on Earth because of gravity. They kind of move towards moist places like your ears and your nostrils and stuff. So he said he couldn't wipe his nose or his eyes so he had to stop crying. He just said because the Earth looked so beautiful, it made him cry. So, kids get to ask all these amazing questions. We do an actual program developed by Greg Chamatoff where the kids learn about planetary science. They build a spacecraft virtually, and then they go to try and land it on another planet and then live sustainably on a planet. But we also build 3 different kinds of rockets. We launch rockets to 120 metres. The kids get to take those home.
That's awesome.
We do a whole lot of stuff. Like, it's a really full-on time. It starts at 6:30 in the morning and finishes at 10 o'clock at night. So there's no time for anything except like eat, sleep, and then do space stuff. So it's all good.
That's incredible. So you mentioned it's kids, but who is the camps for specifically?
Aerospace camp is traditionally for 11 to 14-year-olds, but we're and 15-year-olds. But we're under a lot of pressure to run adult ones.
Yeah. I want to go.
I know.
That's the bigger question, really. Can I go to space camp? Can I get involved in some way?
You are very welcome to come to Space Camp and join in on the fun. I love waking everyone up to Rocket Man, Elton John at 6:30 in the morning, and we all sing along, And it's just amazing, the students, the kids that we've met, the parents that we've met, the communities. Phil Donato from the Orange community, he gave us an award for our impact on lifting outcomes of students in his community. So, it is, and the parents tell us it's not the same child that they've left 4 days ago. It's like this transformative thing, and it's true because the kids, there are kids who are into football, soccer, netball, all of that. There are kids who are into the environment and things like that. There are also kids who are into dance and art. But then there's these other kids who are into all the geeky stuff
that was us. Yep.
Black hole number, whatever. The conversations at breakfast do my head in. I need a couple of coffees before I can join in on some of the conversation. Others I can't. I have no idea what they're talking about. But they're into it. And then what happens is they think they're the only one that thinks this way, and then suddenly they meet other kids that think like that, and then suddenly they feel like they've found like a family. Like people talk to us about how they've built their network as that was non-existent, and then it feels like they're part of a big family, which is true. And that's what the whole idea is to have a camp that's small enough that everyone's a person and an individual, and we get to know each other, and we form this great relationship, this great emotional attachment as well, because what we do is quite intense, and they have to work as teams. They have to work together with kids they've probably never met before. They're all quite anxious when they first turn up, and we just take them through our process, and we've developed this program. And it's wonderful. We honestly love it as a company. We love it, but also knowing that we're building these relationships. So the team was in Avalon Air Show the other day, and kids were just kind of popping up out of nowhere, going, "Oh, I went to camp. I missed it." It's like
that's amazing.
Photo. It's great. It's
that's
really
so good,
cool.
Jackie.
But then also too, when they get stuck for work experience or internships or those kind of things, we're those people as well. But we do a lot in the ecosystem. So I've gotten people internships, and then they've gotten a full-time job with that particular company. So we find the children or the people who are interested, and they're lost, and then what we do, it's a bit like Lost in Space, right? And then what we do is we go, well, we know someone who can, and we just connect all the dots together. So, the fun thing is we also did Aerospace Academy, which was a school holiday program. That was 36 workshops in a year.
Wow.
In 12 different locations, like places like Coonabarabran, Wauchope, Taree, Port Stephens, places like well out of Sydney, where kids, and it was free, funded by New South Wales government. And it was so much fun because we ordered whatever food we wanted. So we would order from the bakery down in Coonabarabran. Lovely. Got to say the bakery in Coonabarabran, awesome.
Really good bakery.
Right?
I had a pie on my way through the other day.
No, but we were set up in the town hall, right? So you can imagine we're out in the car park launching bottle rockets onto the roof of the RFS. And they were going, yeah, we'll get them down for you. Like, it was very funny.
Amazing.
But it's all action. It's not about sitting in front of a screen. It's about working together. It's about finding out that, I am smart enough and I am good enough, and this is our future. Our youth are our future. So we shouldn't get them believing in themselves to make sure that we have got this bright future. We're not just about putting a kid in a white suit and going, yeah, you can be an astronaut. That's not what this is about. It's about, yes, it's really cool to be thinking the way you do. It's really cool that you're got these interests, follow what you're passionate about, believe in yourself.
Love it.
We believe in you. We believe in you, and we will help you. So it's not unusual for my phone to ring at 1 a.m. from one kid who's called me up for some question about whatever. That's not an unusual thing, and that's all part of it. If we want the workforce of the future, if we want them to really do what they're passionate and what they're great about, so our country is great and our state is great, we have to act on this. We have to give them these opportunities, because if we don't, How do they know they're any good at it?
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me this morning, Jackie. It's been lovely to hear from you and all about the programs, and best of luck with it all. Hope we cross paths again soon. I'm coming to Space Camp. You can't stop me.
Yeah, listen, and can I just very quickly say we have 4 scholarships, $5,000 each. It's half the cost of the money to go to space on our space tour trip this year. There's 4 scholarships on offer right now from EOS, Electro-Optic Systems. They're out there for any student aged 14 and over that's still at school or homeschooled. Please take up the opportunity because, you never know. You just never know that you might get it. If anyone wants to contact me, they can contact me at jackie@onegiantleapaustralia.com. Or just go on our website, or obviously Ray contact you guys and
Absolutely.
Put them in contact with me.
We sure
but
will.
I want the kids to know the opportunities are there. A lot of our programs are free, okay?
Perfect.
Because we know what the economy is like. So please reach out to us because we're trying to reach out to you.
There you go. Thanks so much, Jackie. Great chatting with you.
Thanks a lot. See ya.
Have a good one.
You too.
That was Jackie Carpenter, the CEO and founder of One Giant Leap Australia. They run space camps. As you've just heard, there is a scholarship available to go do Space Camp USA, which I think, unfortunately, I don't qualify for. But if there's any kids in your life that are interested in space, give it a go. Look it up.